Shoo-wee, I can't wait for 79 degrees tomorrow. This 90 is popping and it's early. Whew.
It's taken many times with me a tumbling to know this garden's where I wanna grow. My life was like a seed of inhibition, but now I feel like a flower in the sun. All's been stripped away, I know for certain that the life I wanna live has just begun. My darling, I have dreamed of you forever. I can't escape the truth of what I know. It's taken many times with me a tumbling to know this garden's where I wanna grow.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome to another episode on the Stivers Homestead. I'm Zach, and today we are planting apple trees. So if you've been following us, we got 4 apple trees. It's also the middle of the summer, which is not the ideal time to plant trees. However, your nurseries, if they're like ours, have trees about 50% off. One of our awesome followers actually got these for us, which is amazing. So thank you very much. You know who you are. We really appreciate it. So if you can tell, I'm in our driveway, and this is kind of, it's just all the family land, but this is like my mom's backyard area. So our driveway runs up all the way through there. And so this is more of where our house is that way. So we wanted to add a little pop to this driveway. And what better way to do that than to make it an orchard, right? So you're driving through a bunch of fruit trees. So that's our goal here, is to eventually get all the way down this driveway, and we'll have the apple trees everywhere. But for now, we're gonna plant these 4 up here at the top. So we'll have 2 on this side and 2 on that side. And so we have semi-dwarf apples. Once we get there, I'll talk a little bit more about what kind of apples they are. But they're semi-dwarf. They're all 4 different. However, they all 4 pollinate each other. You know, that's one thing you got to watch with apple trees is pollination. They're not self-pollinators. Well, some may be, but most of them need another tree to help pollinate. So we make sure to get the right varieties that will pollinate each other, and so we won't have any issues there. An apple tree, they can be planted about 50 foot apart to pollinate. I mean, that's pretty good, so that's nice. These are all semi-dwarf, so we're gonna plant them about 15 foot apart. Your rule is if it's a full-grown, full-size apple tree, you need about 30 to 35 feet. Semi-dwarf, about 15 feet, and then if it's a true dwarf, then it's about 10 foot apart. So we're gonna plant these 15 foot apart, and we'll get at it. So we gotta dig the hole, we gotta put some compost in, we gotta get these out of their containers, kind of loosen the roots up a little bit, plant them, give them plenty of water, stake them, and then we'll be good to go. I almost forgot to mention, if you are doing it in the summer like we are, kind of wait, find you a good time when it's gonna happen. You definitely don't wanna do it when you have maximum heat and not a lot of rain. So we actually are in a heat, like just strike right now. But today's the last day. Today's gonna be 90 with high humidity, but this afternoon we're gonna get a bunch of rain, and then the rain's gonna stop, and then for the next 4 days, we're gonna be in temperatures in the 70s and maybe touch 80. So kind of spring-like weather. So it's a perfect time to get these trees in. That'll give them about a week to get used to the new ground that they're in with the cooler temperatures, not just striking them down, and a decent amount of rain to keep everything moist and wet and not a drought. So be careful when you do it in the summer. They're gonna grow. There's no bad time, it's just there's better times, if that makes sense. And the time to plant an apple tree was 7 years ago. The next best time is right now. Josh Citystead, he was big on that one, so I like that quote, and that's what we're doing right now. We're gonna plant these trees, so let's do it. Okay, got the first hole dug. Now, unfortunately, it's not just as easy as just throwing the apple tree in there and calling it a day. So what we got here, we got some homemade compost that's from us. It's pretty much ready. A lot of rabbit manure and different cold stuff that can go in there, but it's composted down. So we're gonna throw a little of that organic matter down the bottom. My tree's here. I got it laying down because it wouldn't sit up anymore. So I'll take it out and we'll kind of move the roots a little loose just because it's been in that pot for a while. And then I got a T-post. So I'm gonna stake it. We're gonna put the T-post beside it just to kind of help keep it straight as it grows, and then we'll be good to go. And then we gotta worry about the limbs. So I'm gonna put y'all on fast. In the ground, looking pretty. So this one is a Macun apple. It's a semi-dwarf, like I had mentioned. We're watered in, we got our compost in. I also used the soil that was already in the container because it had a lot of good nutrients that was in there as well, so that's in there too. And then our natural soil that we have here, which unfortunately is a very hard clay in Kentucky, but it'll be fine, it's gonna grow great. One thing now with the limbs, what you need to do. So any of them that are going straight up is not ideal. You want these bad boys to try to go 90 degrees out. And the reason for that is that makes them stronger for when we do start loading this thing up with apples. If they go straight up at an angle, then you're gonna have a little bit weaker branch. I think the ideal state is at least 35 degree angle. Obviously if you can get 90, that's great. But all you gotta do to try to do that is you actually just tie these down. So you put a little stake into the ground and tie them down, and it trains that limb to just stay there eventually. So that's what we'll do with these as well, to just try to kind of help and make it a stronger tree. But the first one is in the ground, watered, happy. All we gotta do is now just tie the tree to the stake that we have in there to make sure it grows straight. But she's in and looking pretty. Shoo-wee, I can't wait for 79 degrees tomorrow. This 90 is popping and it's early. Whew. All right, so number 2 is in. So we got, let me turn you around here. We got 1 there, 2 on this side of the driveway, and I'm taking it far enough away from the driveway to where it won't encroach on it as well. The number 3 is gonna go back over here. So it'll probably go right there where that container is. And then number 4, back over there. Halfway done, y'all. Okay, I am hot, but it is done. But y'all see that? Storms are coming. So here they are. Number 1, number 2, number 3, and then over there, somewhere is number 4. So basically, there's a lot of rock here in Kentucky and it's hard clay, and really I had the land decided where the apple tree was going, if that makes sense. I dug a bunch of holes, got ginormous slabs of limestone that you can't dig out, so I had to move to a different spot. So I showed you this one. This is the one that we kind of walked through putting in. It's a Macun. I know I'm saying that wrong, but we'll figure it out. I'm sure y'all will help me out with that. There I am. This one is a Melrose. It's right here. And let's go over and check this other one out. And what we're gonna do too is we're gonna actually put some cardboard down, and we'll do some mulch too, because the mulch is good for it as well. Makes it look pretty, makes it doesn't have that grass growing all over it, and just easy to mow around and such. This one is a stamen. Purdy. And last but not least is another McIntosh. Not Mac, because there's no A, it's McIntosh. There she is. So they're in the ground. We got some work to do on them to fix the limbs, tie them to the T-post and get the mulch on. But I wanted to shoot this video for you all to learn how to be able to plant an apple tree, knowing that it's okay to plant in the spring or plant in the summer. Just you kind of got to wait till the right time. You can get them for super cheap at your nursery if they still got them, because they're trying to get rid of them. These are very established apple trees, but they're in the ground, y'all. We have started our orchard. Woo! So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm gonna wrap it up before the rains come and go cool down. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And as always, thanks for stopping by and watching us, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye, y'all.